We start in India, where at least 18 people were killed and more than 100 injured when a passenger plane skidded off the runway in the southern city of Kozhikode. The Air India Express flight from Dubai was carrying 190 passengers and crew. Heavy monsoon rain appears to have had a role in the crash.
Eyewitnesses described the plane's fuselage breaking apart as it fell into a valley some 10 metres below. The Boeing 737 flight from Dubai was repatriating Indian citizens stranded by the coronavirus pandemic. A disastrous outcome for passengers that had waited months to fly home and reunite with their families. Among the victims were the 2 pilots, as well as at least 1 young child.
There are troubling new allegations tonight about that deadly port explosion in Beirut. Sources have told the Guardian newspaper that prior to the blast, dozens of bags of fireworks were being stored in the same warehouse as that stockpile of ammonium nitrate, which acts as an accelerant in a fire. In video from the day of the blast, you can see white flashes, what appear to be fireworks, going off before the massive explosion. A former port worker told the Guardian newspaper he warned for years it was a disaster waiting to happen and says nothing was done. More than 150 people are now confirmed to have died, and there's a growing consensus in Beirut that government negligence is to blame. Lebanon's president says the cause is still unknown.
Peaking above the desolation at the eviscerated heart of Beirut's port, wrecked grain silos, their contents spilling out into the debris. This was Lebanon's main storage facility for wheat, something that makes up 80% of its food imports, leaving deep concern with the United Nations. A union of Lebanon's wheat importers says there won't be a bread shortage and that it has wheat reserves sufficient to hold out for a month. However, until Tuesday, the country brought in most of its food imports through the Beirut port. Without that facility, it's lost a vital lifeline, raising the spectre of unprecedented shortages.
We expect that the damage to the port will significantly exacerbate the economic and food security situation in Lebanon, which imports about 80 to 85% of its food.
Now, Pakistan has conscripted an old ally for its sinister agenda in Afghanistan. Pakistan and China have struck a new deal, one that could make America's efforts for a peace deal in Afghanistan a non-starter, irrelevant even. A new report has come out. It claims that China and Pakistan have begun a quote-unquote unprecedented intelligence sharing agreement. What does this mean? This is a collaboration. It allows China to spread its tentacles in Afghanistan. It benefits Pakistan too. China here is getting backdoor access to the troubled country. It will have wide-ranging implications for the entire region. Pakistan and China sharing intelligence just to further their own interests and agendas in the region. According to this report, China aims to fulfill multiple objectives with this deal.
12 members of the police service stationed at OR Tambo International Airport have been arrested. This follows a 3-year joint investigation by the Hawks and Crime Intelligence that's uncovered corruption by 17 SAPS officials. Out of the 5 others involved, 3 are expected to hand themselves over at the Kempton Park police station in the presence of their lawyers. 1 remains at large and another is in quarantine.
It happened so fast. 10-year-old William woke up with a stiff neck and an upset stomach in June. Soon, his arms and legs began to swell. With his temperature soaring to 104, he was rushed to a Pittsburgh ICU struggling to breathe. William was diagnosed with MIS-C, multi-system inflammatory syndrome. The CDC today reported 10 children have died from MIS-C in the U.S. The most common symptoms: skin rashes, red eyes, fever, headaches, abdominal pain, diarrhea, and vomiting. Through the end of July, 570 cases in 40 states and D.C. The median age, 8. Just over half were boys. Almost 2/3 ended up in the ICU, including at Children's Hospital in Boston.
This is occurring somewhere between 3 and 6 weeks after acute COVID exposure or infection.
Popular anger is growing in Zimbabwe over the failings of the government. Inflation is currently above 700%. Hospital workers are striking, and there's a shortage of food and medicines in the country. The human rights situation is also deteriorating. Amnesty International says the brutal assault on political activists and human rights defenders who have had the courage to call out alleged corruption and demand accountability from their government is intensifying.
This is what it has come to. Desperate health workers pleading with the police. In early July, these nurses took to the streets. They are overworked, haven't been paid, and don't have protective equipment against COVID-19. They were all arrested.
The massive gathering taking place tonight in South Dakota in the middle of the pandemic. The annual biker rally in Sturgis, one of the largest in the world, 250,000 people from across the country expected to attend with no mask mandates in place. The mayor urging personal responsibility, saying he can't stop people from coming.
Tonight, the coronavirus pandemic isn't stopping hundreds of thousands of bikers from rumbling into Sturgis, South Dakota, just as they have for 80 years.
Was it a done deal? You were going to come?
Done deal. I don't care about the COVID.
Cases in South Dakota have been rising slightly, but Governor Kristi Noem encouraged people to come, citing the president's Mount Rushmore rally as a success.
The common characteristic among these bikers is they love freedom and they hate being told what to do. And even though a survey said the majority of Sturgis residents wanted this rally canceled, 250,000 people are coming here to make this the largest event in America since the pandemic began.
For 40 years, the NRA has been lobbying for little to no gun control laws in the U.S. This despite mass shootings now known the world over. El Paso, Las Vegas, Orlando, Newtown. The NRA's mission is to preserve the right to purchase, possess, and use firearms, upholding the Second Amendment in the U.S. Constitution. It insists that the way to stop gun violence is by arming everyone else. Now, New York's top prosecutor says the NRA has been filing fraudulent tax reports for years and compelling current and former employees to keep it all quiet.
The organization went unchecked for decades, while top executives funneled millions into their own pockets.
An 18-month investigation by the New York Attorney General's office reveals that 4 of the NRA's top bosses redirected $64 million in funds for their own personal interests.
Now, there is a small chance that we could see temperatures even higher, possibly reaching 38 degrees Celsius, coming close to last year's record-breaking temperature of 38.7.